And hello to all my Pisces friends. I'd like to welcome you in. My name is Scott Sagent, and today I'll be doing your free psychic tarot reading for June 2022. Now today they've dialed up for you a 4-corner spread. It's a great spread for general readings because it looks at the 4 main areas that people usually ask about in tarot, which is your health corner, your financial corner, your work corner, and your love corner, always a popular one there. We're going to take a brush through all 4 of them. That's why the 4-corner spread is so good. It's like a utilization. It's good for utility. It's good for a little bit of everything, a little variety pack, a little sampler. So we're going to get into that. They've asked that I conclude your reading with no extra at the end. And when that comes up, it's usually because they want us to focus on the main spread, which in this case is the 4 corners. We're going to also conclude your reading, tongue twisting my words up here, you're reading with a runestone here, and that's going to encapsulate and kind of bring the whole thing together for us. So interesting things lie ahead. This should be a simple spread. The 4 corners with no extra is one of my shorter readings, but sometimes and very often there's a lot of deep depth in there, and that's why they want the focus there. So let's get started right now. The cards are already shuffled, guys. I do that ahead of time to save us all a bunch of time, and I'm going to bring you in right now so you can watch. Go ahead and hit that like button if you're ready to have a great June. And we are on. What I'm doing right now are my ritual cuts. I like to do this live and on camera as well as share my table with you guys. Basically, I cut both of the decks into 3 different pieces, put them back together in a separate order. Do that with both of these guys here, and then they're ready to go. It satisfies the ritual aspect of tarot and is the same procedure for personal private readings. So it's just like you're here with me now. This corner up here is work. We start with a big one there. See how we are on screen. That looks good. Over here is love. Down here is financial. Short and sweet there. And then over here is health. Big theme here. Okay, you guys do have a couple big themes here. Big one being at work, big one being in health. Love is kind of in the middle. Everything in view and focus. I do need to do my discards by the individual corners. Let me see what we have here. The blockages are not bad. There's just 2 corners I need to discard. It's going to be this one because we have 2 blockages. That's going to stay just the way it is. Spirit wants to leave it alone. And up here we're going to check. That one they want all upright. So here we go. Order needs to stay the same. Very important to do so in tarot. I think I'm still all in view. Very good. Everything is all ready, guys. Just the oracle cards are needed. One for this one. Set it there, and one for this one, which is health. Okay, that's the whole thing, guys. You can see it all, I do believe, so let's get started. All right. So, where to start? I'm going to go work and finances first. We'll kind of wrap up on love and health. Let's start with work. It is a big one. I usually kind of save the big ones for last, but we're just going to hit this big one right off the bat. I like to read work and finance together because they're very intertwined for most people. That's usually how most people make their finances, are through work. Okay, so for your work corner, they're bringing up a major decision, blowing the horn on something. Major decision is being made. A lot of you have already made this decision. They're letting me know. Others of you need to make this decision. There's something in your work corner that is looming or is just stagnant that you just need to call it. You know, hey, we're going to do this. I'm going to take care of this. I'm going to go for this promotion. I'm going to leave this job to find something better. I'm going to start looking for another job. Whatever it is for you, they show that as a major decision being made. And if you haven't made it yet, June is the time to do it. They want you to build, 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 build. I have building blocks for my Oracle Angel card. So that could be actual brick and mortar business, like actual storefront, something that they want you to consider. Or also just the more energetic definition, which is just building in general. They want you to do something more than what you're doing here with work, okay? Maybe you can just do something greater, make more money, live a simpler life, easier life, you know, don't have to struggle as much. Or maybe you just have more potential that you're just not utilizing. They do show Ace of Wands, so that is brand new business coming up here. And your work corner is big. It's work, business, enterprise, area of study, collegiate courses, learning anything new, retirement if you're of that age, and entrepreneurship. So they're bringing in something new with that. That big umbrella I just told you, all those little categories, subcategories. something brand new is coming up here in June. So it's a really good time for new business stuff, learning new things, working on retirement, working on hobbies, interests. All these kind of things come up in the work corner. And it presents itself as such a good time in June, guys. I'd hate for my Pisces to miss it. So that's why they want to kind of throw that out there. We do have also a very good connection here between spirit world and earth plane realm here. You guys are very well connected. We're going to talk more about that in the moon cycles because you can use those to your benefit quite a bit. Now, the other definition of this card I do have to throw out there for you is that this can be a very large purchase, and it's usually a fun one. It's usually something exciting. But why would that purchase be coming up under work? That is for you to decide of what they're talking about there. Maybe you got to spend money on a new uniform. Maybe you need to spend money on I don't know, maybe a new seat cushion that would be comfortable if you're sitting on your butt all day. Maybe a nice new pair of shoes if you're on your feet all day. So a big purchase, or a pleasurable purchase, I should say. Not necessarily a big purchase, but a pleasurable purpose is coming in your work corner. They're also letting me know, for some of you, this can be a car if you work with a car. So just keep all that in mind, guys. There's your work corner. Overall, pretty good stuff, guys. Very empowering. Down here, when we get into the financial side of Pisces, they're showing that a lot of you are having a hard time learning from your lessons here, your financial lessons, your money lessons, and they want you to get this turned around. They say that you've been through this so many times here. We are going to talk about cycles more, and not just the moon cycles, but it's coming up for health too, guys. They show Pisces here are doing a little bit of a, comeback, circle back, boomerang effect. And here, this is not the good type of learning from your lessons. This is like the, Pisces should have really checked this box off already by now. They should have already graduated this course or passed this test. And here it is. It keeps coming up financially for you guys here. So I don't know if it's a spending habit or, maybe you just get stuck into those, free trials and you end up paying for something for a whole year, stuff like that. But this is repeating lessons and it's coming up financially. They do bring up a social imbalance here. So some of you are definitely going out and spending too much just freely, spending all the time going out either drinking or partying or whatever your version of that would be. Maybe it's just Amazon shopping or, internet shopping, all this kind of stuff. So it's an imbalance socially. It's usually going out with friends though too. There's a social aspect to it. And when we have that imbalance, it can be one of two extremes. It's the one I just told you where you're doing way too much of it. It can also be the other version of that where you're doing none of it. Maybe you're just saving every dollar you have and you're not spending a single dime of it. If that's the case, your lessons could be that, you don't have to save everything that you have. You can, have a little fun once in a while. So it's one extreme or the other is what they're talking about here for your finances. As we move into health next, guys, this is where we're gonna wrap up with love. So let's get health right now, then we'll talk about your moon cycles because they gave us round and round here for my Oracle Angel. And that is cycles, it's lessons that come back, just like what we talked about there. Except now we're talking about health. A brand new journey. We have the Fool card, which is the journeyman. He's basically coming in. It doesn't mean that you're a fool, but it does mean to be a little conservative with your health in the month of June. I wouldn't be taking risks with anything. Play it a little safe, long story short. But it shows a brand new journey. And the journey is usually an exciting one, just with the limited risks. And a lot of you are thinking of new ideas here too. That's what they show with my Ace of Swords cards. So new inspiration will be coming in like light bulb effects in the month of June, if it hasn't happened already, of ways you can improve your health, different things you can do, different things you can try that you've never done before, and also things that you have done before that have worked very well for you. They bring up round and round, so not only is that cyclical, but they're wanting to bring up something about like, hey, you remember that you used to do this for your health and your body reacted very positively to it. This worked out really well for you. Maybe it was jogging. Jogging worked out really well for you in the past. Maybe you should consider reiterating that, reinstalling that, I should say, in your life now. Maybe you did very well with cutting carbs. Maybe you did very well with starting push-ups and sit-ups. I don't know what it is for you, but that's what they want to bring up. They have something to the past. You got to go backwards a little bit here to move forwards in health. And starting that brand new journey in June is such a good thing. They do show that there is also a little bit of a carryover between your love corner and your health corner. So something with either your loved ones or family, close friends, somewhere in there. It's even just family life in general, is affecting your physical health. And they don't want you to do that. They want to make sure that these two areas, these two corners, are very separate and, at a peaceful, symbiotic relationship with each other, but not eking into each other and invading each other's space. So we have an inaction in love. I'm not sure what that is for everybody. The context of that will be different, but they want to make sure that, that doesn't affect your health. Long story short, that's basically it in a nutshell. I think we hit all of that pretty precisely. That feels good. I like the way that looks. Actually, your whole reading more or less is very empowering. There's a lot of good things that you guys can implement in June. Let's talk about your moon cycles right now. I like to give you guys the moon cycle forecast every single month so you know what's coming. The first thing that hits is the full moon energy that happens on June 14th. That is the garbage truck of the universe. That's the best time to get anything out. Set it to the street, let the garbage men take it away for you that you don't want anymore. So this could be bad habits. A good time to purge bad habits right in the middle of the month. Does not have to be on the 14th. Just any time right in that middle of the month is good for it. Makes it stick much better. Getting rid of emotional baggage. Getting rid of people. Let me see if we have anything here that maybe you got some baggage financially, and that's the lessons that they're talking about. And you can get rid of this in the middle of June, okay? Even if it's old stuff that you've been hanging on to for too long, or selling things or repurposing things. Some of you have to get rid of people, toxic people. All that stuff is much better with the full moon energy in the middle of June. Adversely, we have the new moon energy coming in at the end of June, the strongest. It does happen at the beginning of the month also. We have some new moon coming in from May, but the heaviest part that I want you to focus on is the end of June. June 28th is the target. The last week of June, I would say, is a good window of opportunity to bring anything brand new into your life, whether it's building blocks with work, whether it's attracting love, which we haven't talked about yet at all, or this new health thing. Anything brand new that's into your life that wasn't there before is much better placed under the new moon. So end of June, guys. Pay attention to those. If the moon cycles confuse you in any way, I've put together a little graphic that makes it very easy for you. It's free. It's on my website. It's actually scottsagent.com, and it's parked under my videos page. Go to the videos page at the bottom of that. You'll see the graphic there for June. See how those moon cycles come in and out and how you can align things to it for the flow of the universe. Make things just make everything just go much smoother, really. Long story short, while you're at the website, make sure that you are signed up for the newsletter. My newsletter people are great. I take really good care of them. They get a couple free readings every year just by being signed up to the newsletter. It also gives you just one email newsletter a month. That's all I mail out. And it gives you promo codes, save you money on readings when I'm not doing giveaways, and all kinds of great updates, and you're on top of everything with that newsletter. So that's free also. Make sure you're signed up for that. That's at the bottom, I think, of every single page. Just enter a few little basic things there, and you're signed up for the newsletter. You're good to go. While you're at the website, check out my brand new product we just launched, the Health or Chakra Scrub. Rave reviews, great reviews. Everything has been phenomenal with that. Very proud of that product. You guys will love it if you haven't checked it out yet. The Health or Chakra Scrub, it looks at either your physical health or your spiritual health with the chakras there. Looks at areas that we can improve, gives you some very good advice of what's going on in your life at the time and how you can improve that. And that is part of the mini reading, audio reading set. There's 3 different ones that I offer that are available. That is the brand new one. It's very affordable and easy. It's an audio reading, so you don't even have to show up. I just read you with your birth date. So there is none of this Pisces bubble energy like what we're reading here with the general reading. This is specific to you. It allows me to be extremely accurate. Also, there is the My Month product, which is probably the most popular one of all time. Talks all about your month. It's just like this, except it's all about you. And with that, we also do a little bit of numerology in there. Very empowering reading as well. The last product is the Angel Protection and Animal Totem Package. With that, you get both. And that is a very insightful deep dive into some deeper layers of things that is unlike any of my other readings. It's very unique and very, very cool. Long story short. So check all that stuff out, guys. You will love it. Let's get back to your reading now. We're going into the love corner, the depths of the love corner. Everybody checks out the readings for the love stuff. Here we go. I also have love readings every single month. I try to drop those around the 7th. So tune back in if love is something that's interests you, your current love situation and what's going on with that. Those readings are available at about the 7th of every single month here on the channel. The love corner for Pisces is coming in a little bit rough, a little bit challenging right now. They give me the War and Chaos card. That's what we start with. That's how we either come into the month or come out, or maybe just, maybe the whole month is just challenging. Maybe this is not the greatest month for love. in general. I mean, if you're looking for love, I'm going to give you both versions of this here. And the reason I say that is because the next card I have is the Hanged Man card, or the Hanged Woman card if you're a female. So this is kind of just not going anywhere in the month of June. It's a very stagnant energy, very on delay. It's just not really, maybe it's not meant to be right now. I always give people this example. If a really great partner for you was going to come into your life in August, just giving you an example, would you want to be wasting your time in June and July, with other people who are not meant for you, who are going to waste your time, waste your energy? No, of course not. So this is not a bad thing. This is just saying that, you might want to wait because there's some better things coming later. Now, if you're in a relationship, this can be, or even married, any kind of relationship really in your love corner, this can just be that this is a time when, things are just business as usual. It's very stagnant energy, so you're not doing a lot of moving around. Maybe, you want to go on vacation. It's not going to happen in June, maybe later. And this is just very, day by day, business as usual. No, it's not like a wonderful romance in the month of June or anything like that. It's just kind of like hang in there, right? The last thing that they show for kind of the entire scope is Temperance card. So that is patience. And that basically tells me that there are some things happening in your love corner, either in your love relationship or in your pursuit of love or with family and friends. Anybody close to your heart can come in on this love corner. That is causing you impatience. Causing you great impatience. Maybe you wish things were different. Maybe you expected certain things to happen at certain times. Where is this person for me? Whatever it is for you. The context, of course, is key. But there's a level of impatience that you have to deal with. They actually show that Pisces have done such a good job here, because otherwise they'd flip this card, and this would be impatience. So instead, they're giving me patience. So you guys haven't done a very good job of it. But at the same time, you're going to need to keep being patient with your love corner in the month of June. At some point, this energy will break. We're not really sure when that is yet. In this kind of context, I can't look into that kind of stuff in a general reading. But at some point, this will change. And it's just a matter of when. And you just kind of, you got to go with the flow in the meanwhile. You cannot be rigid. You have to be very, very versatile. Don't get hung up. Just like the Hanged Man card. Don't get hung up on expectations, because expectations a lot of times are ripoffs. If we expect too much and then we don't get it, then all of a sudden we get triggered emotionally. Now we're sad or upset or something like that. So it's easier just to try to limit expectations to a point. You don't want to get rid of them altogether, of course not, but you just want to limit them and be open to, like I said, for example, what if this got really good in August? What if it got really good in July? You don't want to blow it in June, long story short. So that is that, guys. That is your whole reading except for the Runestone. I'm going to get into that right now for you. Also, a good time for me to tell you guys all, thank you so much for the continued support. It is my 1-year anniversary on YouTube, so thank you guys for everything. I've been reading tarot for 8 years, but on YouTube for 1, so we have completed that. A little anniversary here, so thank you guys. This is your Runestone right here. Let me show you. This Runestone is stand still. Stand still for my Pisces. So this basically means it is a time for you to pause. Do not feel like you have to get everything done here in the month of June. You definitely don't. Stand still is taking a moment to yourself. Also working on yourself. Self-love, working on yourself, maybe even treating yourself to something special that you just normally wouldn't do. Maybe a nice massage would be nice for a change. Maybe a weekend without the kids would be nice for a change. Maybe a couple days off of work would be nice for a change. So stand still is working on, like I said, that pause, that deep breath, that whatever you need to do to reset and recharge the buttons, or the batteries, I should say, of your life. And that's really what stand still is all about. And you can kind of see that in different phases of this. There's a lot going on, but at the same time, there's not. It's kind of a mixed bag is what the reading is for Pisces. And I would expect the depth of what they gave us here, because we're focusing only on it. We're not doing any extra reading at the end. So that is your entire reading, guys. I hope you use this information positively to implement positive change, because that's what it's all about at the end of the day. Thank you guys for everything. I'm signing off now. Have a great June.